Just gotten done with Trinsic, and before we go any further north, there is a little chest hidden down here in this tree that would be very worthwhile if we just came down here and unlocked it real fast. I've forgotten what exactly the story is behind this chest, whether or not it's involved in some other subplot, but it does have a bunch of magic equipment in it, and it is really easy to get, so you know, it'd be silly not to while we're here. And it is right down here, I believe. There it is. You see it? It's right there. And it is locked, I believe, so we need to attack it until it opens. Which could take a little while. But not too long. I would skip it if it would take too long. I remember just taking like maybe 7 or 8 swings. Well, any second now. There we go. Let us just take out all this stuff in a line so we can see what all we have. A bunch of gold. We have some magic gauntlets, some magic boots, some more gold, some swamp boots, some magic gorget, some more gold, magic helmet, what is that called? A fire sword, magic shield, magic armor, magic legs, a triple crossbow, I believe, just a normal crossbow, it's a piece of crap, a defender's sword, and 3 magic rings. So right, the ring of regeneration, the ring of invisibility, and the ring of protection. Alright, let's take off this crap we're currently wearing. The Avatar, of course, gets first dibs on all this equipment. He is the Avatar. Let's go with the magic boots. And let's go with the fire sword for him. And the magic armor. I think that's all for him. Let's put the boots in his backpack. We may need to swap over to them. See, I think YOLO. I'll have YOLO carry the gold. Though usually I have Dupre as my gold carrier. Those are 50 magic bolts. Oh really? Too heavy. Oh, he is carrying 34 or 36. Alright, Spark. Where are you? You're going to carry this. What is that? Sausage. Actually, I think instead of using that sling, I'm going to have Spark use the sword. And who has a good... There we go. We'll use this pouch. Put the rings in there. These rings break when you use them. They're not like the other equipment in the game, which doesn't break. The rings actually will break eventually. They're like a temporary buff, if you will. So there's no sense putting them on in the game right now. Probably save them for one of the later dungeons. Alright, back off to Paws, and then Britain. Yeah, usually when you go down that far below Trinsic first, before going up first, the Guardian will say something like, "You're going the wrong way." I was surprised you didn't say anything there.
Yes, that is the proper direction to travel, Avatar.
There we go. A bunch of gypsies. You see a short, stocky actor in his mid to late 40s. He cannot speak to you now because he is concentrating on his lines for the Passion play. Perhaps you should speak to Paul. You see a young entertainer who beckons to you. Name. I am Paul. My colleagues' names are Merrill and Dustin. Job. We perform a passion play about the fellowship. It costs only 2 gold per person to see. If thou dost want us to perform it, please say so. Passion play. A passion play is a morality tale performed on stage. Fellowship. It would be much simpler to view the play. Perform. Wouldst thou like to see our passion play? Yes. Paul takes your gold. We thank thee. If thou wouldst make thyself comfortable, we shall begin. As the actors take their places and don masks, you settle down to watch the action. Spark whispers to you, I wish there was a confectioner that sold candied apples. Shut up, Spark. The music starts the play as Paul takes center stage and addresses the audience. Welcome to our tale. A tale so true to life. 'Tis a tale of tragedy. A man has lost his wife. But the story need not be sad when the fellowship is here. The triad of inner strength gives no one cause to fear. Dustin takes the stage as Paul moves away. Merrill lies on the ground in front of him and assumes a death-like pose. 'Tis doom, 'tis despair, 'tis death. My beloved wife is gone. Disease has taken her away and left me with but a song. Dustin puts his head in his hands and mimes sobbing. As he sobs, Merrill rises from her death in a ghost-like fashion, then addresses Dustin. Mine husband, my love, do not despair, 'tis not doom. Thou shalt rise above all this melancholy and gloom. Who doth speak to me? Could it be she? Or hath I indeed gone mad? But who else could it be? Mine husband, thou must listen. Thou hast thy comfort within thy grip. Thou must only seek them out, those that can help. The fellowship. Merrill drifts off stage, leaving Dustin alone. The fellowship, she said, but what do I need with it? I have mine 8 virtues and mine healers. With these nothing else will fit. Paul enters the stage with Merrill, who now wears a different mask. But what is there but with that thou art wrong. The fellowship exists to help thee. The triad of inner strength is here, to give thee a sense of unity. Join us now, and thou wilt see. Join thy brothers in our plan, to promise the tenets of our group. Thou wilt be a better man. At this point, an elaborate mimed sequence reveals how Dustin joins the fellowship, receives his medallion from a branch leader, portrayed by Paul, and receives congratulations from Merrill. Strive for unity at all times, and trust thy brother through all ill. For worthiness precedes thine own reward. Hark to our words, it surely will. I shall give half my wealth to thee. I shall do thy bidding, and then wait. My reward shall come one day, and free me from mine awful fate. Dustin mimes giving Paul some money. Paul exits. Then Dustin lies down on the stage and mimes going to sleep. After a moment, Merrill enters the stage, dances around Dustin's body, sprinkling some kind of sparkling dust on him. Yolo whispers to you, if I am particularly enjoying the visual effects, the script is a little weak, dost thou not think? Merrill leaves the stage and Dustin wakes up. Lo and behold, he finds a bag near his place of sleep. Upon opening it, he finds a bundle of gold. By Lord British I declare, 'tis my reward from the air. The voice I heard at night was right. About my wretched life I will not care. The voice came to me in a dream. 'Twas mine inner voice so fair. I now have a companion and provider, and a master about whom I care. You are jarred by the actor's choice of words. Companion, provider, and master. You realize you have heard them before. This is really awful. Yeah, I'm with you, Spark. Paul and Merrill join Dustin on stage, and they all hold hands. The fellowship can give thee purpose. To join is thine only choice. Commit thyself to our just cause, and find thine inner voice. At that point the actors bow, and you realize it is the end. You give them a polite applause. What do they mean about the voice? I am not sure I understand. 'Twas a confusing play. I did not like it at all. We have wasted our time and money. This is the last time that I let thee decide how best we entertain ourselves. Alright, Yolo, you speak the truth. Merrill, do you say anything? She is unable to speak with you because she is concentrating on her part in the passion play. Perhaps you should speak to Paul. Yep, the passion play. If you haven't guessed so far, the fellowship is a cult. And more runic. Hopefully we don't get an alligator fight in here. Oh, really? Spark got poisoned? You know, I barely walked close to the edge. Barely walked close. Hopefully it'll pass by without hurting him too much. And we are in... Okay, I bet that says Paws. Now, before we do anything else, I'm going to slaughter this cow. And then I'm going to eat its meat. Actually, I'm just going to put it in my backpack. Because I know we'll get hungry eventually, and this is a good place to get food. Spark is hurting a bit. Okay, we can't walk past there without getting poisoned, so let me walk up first. Before I do anything in Paws, I'm going to go up here and around and pick up something that's along the river. There's a number of these little secret things, and what's... I'm not sure what that was. Hopefully Spark doesn't die. That would be very annoying. I don't think we... Did we pick up that yellow potion? I don't believe we... Yes, we did. There we go. That was probably overkill, actually. Okay, underneath this rubble is a pair of magic gauntlets. Imagine that. And nothing else to do down here, except for go back up the other way. And night is coming. I think we'll head to the tavern and inn here in Paws and sleep for the night. I sure do love the visual effects in this game. I mean, it's amazing. That food smells good. Okay, well, you're probably the... you see the town bartender. She looks very busy, and she obviously takes pride in her work. Name: I am Polly. It is a pleasure to meet thee. Job: the owner and proprietor of the Salty Dog, the finest eating and drinking establishment in all of Paws, at thy service. Paws. Actually, there is no other inns or pubs in Paws. Or there are. It is a small place, but our food and drink here is quite good, honestly. Room: for but 5 gold, thou canst let one of our lovely rooms. Dost thou wish to stay here for the night? Yes. Here's the key to, here is thy key for this inn. 'Twill only work once. Bye. Good day to thee, my lord. Alright. So we use the key, it opens one of the doors, it locks in the morning, that's how it works. How many hours shall we wake thee up, Avatar? Actually, never mind, I don't have my pocket watch, I forgot about that. Or the Avatar doesn't have that. He gets it from, Shamina. Huh. So we can't really tell what time of day it is. I think it'd be a safe bet just to sleep for 12 hours. I wonder if it's now evening or if it's morning. You can't really tell. You see a man whose eyes slowly shift back and forth as a crooked smile curls his lips. He walks up to you, looks you up and down. Oh, there must be a traveling show in town, he says sniggeringly. This is a very nice clown costume. Who art thou? Avatar. Very well, Avatar. What dost thou want? Thou art a vile fool, desperate for others to like thee. I would pity thee, were it not that I loathe thee even more. Greetings, my lord, says Morphin. Name: my name is Morphin. I wonder what all that was. Job: I'm a merchant who operates one of the most thriving businesses in Paws, which includes the slaughterhouse. Apology: I do apologize for my rudeness earlier, my lord. I have since realized that thou art an honest person. Please forgive mine insults. He bows. Dripping, I think. insincerity. Oh, dripping insincerity. Okay, forgive me for that. Merchant. Oh, I shall sell a little of this and that, here and there. Wherever there is a demand, I will try to supply it. Slaughterhouse. I take it thou hast noticed the smell. If so, I do apologize. He shrugs his shoulders, grinning, and holds his palms upwards. I think of it as the smell of success. Thou mayest purchase some meat if thou so wishest. Now, we already got some. Supply. I keep a small stock of silver serpent venom from time to time, which I sell to the apothecary in Britannia for a modest profit. The government is trying to control sales of it until they determine how dangerous the effects are. Effects. They are widely known. Silver serpent venom is a reagent that, when ingested in small doses, temporarily enhances one's physical strength, stamina, and quickness, along with bringing a feeling of euphoria. After the effects wear off, the subject feels quite drained. This tends to make them want to take it again. Prolonged use in such a fashion will bring about a condition that deteriorates the skin, eventually causing it to rot away. Finally, too great a dose, or too great an accumulation of doses, is fatal, as the venom is a deadly poison. It may very well have some healing properties when used in other ways we have yet to discover, but any user of the venom should not do so without caution. So it's a drug. Demand. There is quite a demand for the venom of the silver serpent in certain areas, for instance. Paws. I do suppose my ventures are profitable enough for me to afford to move to Britain, but things are so much less expensive here. Of course, the theft has left me a bit wary. If thou dost wish to know more about the people here, speak to the couple who run the fellowship shelter, Faradwin and Brida. Apothecary. His name is Kessler. Theft. Thou art a stranger in Paws. Beware the thief who roams this town. The culprit has stolen a quantity of my valuable silver serpent venom. A terrible crime, causing me no small amount of monetary distress. It has caused the surrounding community to worry about their possessions as well. It would be thine humble servant shouldst thou help investigate the matter. Wilt thou? Yes. Then I shall cooperate fully, my lord. He bows. User. I do not believe I have noticed anyone in town who is showing the symptoms of venom use. From now I shall keep watch, so thou shouldst ask again later. Bye. Good day to thee. Alright, I think I'm going to sleep for just a bit longer, just to see if it is morning or if it's evening. My goodness, you can't tell, can you?
Yes, my friend, rest and heal, so that you are strong and able to face the perils before you. Pleasant dreams.
Well, she's asleep, so that means that it is night. Let's sleep 8 hours. And just hope that we're not dying of starvation when we come back. There we go. Okay, everyone is hungry. Ah, yes, much better. Burp. Ah, yes, much better. Alright. And everyone is okay now. Have we talked to you yet? You see an old woman who gives you a smile of grandmotherly sweetness. You can see immediately that her vision is poor. Name. My name is Bavaria. Job. Why, I run the House of Items here in Paws. House of Items. It is a shop that sells antiques and previously used items. Running this shop allows me to remain youthful and active. It is heartening to sell things to the poor people of this town that they might not otherwise be able to afford. Paws. Here in Paws, the people have very little money, but it matters not, because they care for each other. Bye. My store is now closed. I am usually open in the afternoons. Bye. A good day to thee, my lord. Alright. So we have, the silver serpent venom. We need to figure out who stole that. I'm gonna save. And if this cow has respawned, yes it has, I'm going to slaughter this cow yet again. And as you can see, they have HP now that I've turned on. You can actually see the enemy HP and the damage that you do during swings. That's an option in Exult, which I have enabled. And that mutton is extremely filling as a food item. And this beef is extremely light too, oddly enough. Alright. That's actually a key I remember there, just by like response, or what do you call that? Subconsciously, I move that bucket to get the key. I guess you'll say that. Let me wait for him to turn around. We'll use this later. Greetings, my lord, says Morphin. Oh, it's you. Yeah. Yeah, we go in there later. Let's talk around town a bit more. See who may have stolen the silver serpent venom. I don't remember if there's a building down here. I don't think there is. Yeah, there's not. There are docks, though, and I'm not sure if there's an NPC near the docks. Really good water effect in this game, too. Really good, like the shoreline effect. This is a beautiful, beautiful game. My goodness. See what's in here. Oh, this is the her shop. I don't think there's anything in here except for that hourglass that is of any value. You're the woman we already talked to. Yeah. Bye. And we have some cripples. You see a beggar. You cannot tell from the look on his face whether he is about to laugh or cry. Name. My name is Fen, my lord. Job. He looks away from you shamefully. I have none, my lord. Thief. Be wary, for there is a thief in this town. Some silver serpent venom was stolen from the merchant Morphin, who runs the slaughterhouse. None. I used to be a farmer in more prosperous times. I used to work with Comor and Merrick. Comor. He was my best friend and the bravest man I know. Merrick. Merrick joined the fellowship so he could live in their shelter, the poor sod. Shelter. Kumph, or humph. If thou art so unfortunate as to want to live there, thou wouldst be better on the corner with Comor and I. Corner. Even when pockets are light, there is still some mercy left in the world. Begging for money is not a proud profession, but there are worse ones. Fellowship. If the Fellowship truly wants to help people, why would they let us starve just because we do not want to join? They cannot answer that one. Starve. Do not worry, we shall not starve. Camille, I think, sends her son Tobias with food and clothing for us every so often. Tobias. He is a fine lad, always willing to give us a hand, unlike that rude urchin, Garrett. Garrett? He is the son of Feridwin and Britta, who runs the shelter. Garrett crosses the road to avoid us. Camille. Camille is a good woman. She lives at the farm bordering the dairy. Worse. At least we do not have to live with that. At least we do not have to do what Merrick does. He recruits for the Fellowship. Give. Wilt thou give me a bit of money? Yes. How much? 5. Thank thee, my lord. Bye. Good fortune to ye, my lord. Now see a beggar leaning on a crutch. His eyes shine like diamonds with sheer bitterness. Name. My name is Comor. Job. I am a dancer, my lord. He cannot keep a straight face and almost falls off his crutches. Ha ha, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. 'Tis a ripe one, Comor. Job. Actually, we just clicked job. Beggar. I was not always a beggar, like Fen and Merrick. I used to be a farmer, too, but times were worse, and times are always bad in Paws. Merrick. A royal rotten egg he is. Merrick turned his back on us, and now spends each night in a warm, cozy bed, which is more than either of us have had for some time. Paws. A veritable wonderland, is it not? Fen. Fen and me are chums and will be to the day we die. We share each other's vast expanses of wealth. Ha ha! With thy wit thou shouldst be on stage. Turned his back. The only thing worse than this miserable existence is having Merrick sniff around and try to recruit us. The bloody parasite. Chums. Fen and me have been friends since we were little, tiny babies. I would bet thee that thou didst not think we would end up like this, eh, Fen? Not in the wildest dreams, Comor. Wealth. Yea, verily, Fen and I share all that we own, which in its totality is the clothes on our backs and the snot in our throats. Bed. Merrick sleeps in the shelter run by the Fellowship. They feed him, too. He had to join before they would help him. Fellowship. We could have joined, but they are a foul lot. Anybody acting so bloody nice must be up to no good. There are some compromises we will not make, even to survive. Shelter. The shelter? 'Tis the large building filled with fawning hypocrites. Thou shouldst have little trouble finding it. Give. Wilt thou give me a bit of money? Yes. How much? 5. Thank thee, my lord. Buy. Hold thine head high, my lord. And no one is in here. It's a locked chest. I don't think we have the key. Oh, that is the key. I forgot. We have the key. That's odd. No. Keep Britannia clean, send the gargoyles back, paid for by the Britannian Purity League. Isn't that great? Oh, there's a dog up here. Good doggy. Thou see a man covered in the sweat of a hard day's work. Name. I am Thurston. Job. I operate the mill here in Paws. Thief. Indeed, thou shouldst be wary, my lord. There is a thief in this town. Morphin, a merchant, had several vials of valuable silver snake venom stolen. Pause. In case thou hadst not noticed, the people who live here are not so well off as their cousins who live in Britain. In fact, we have even had a theft recently. Snake venom. It is procured from the silver serpent. I believe gargoyles used it habitually in the old days. I'm not so sure what it might do to a human. Perhaps Morphin can tell thee more. Mill. The local economy depends upon the mill for flour, so I ensure that the mill runs. Sometimes I feel that keeping the wheels turning is the only reason to live. Flour. A sack will cost thee 12 gold. Art thou interested in purchasing some? No. Perhaps next time, my lord. Reason to live. I have no wife or family. I have thought about joining the Fellowship, but I refuse. I have nothing but my work and a drink at the Salty Dog now and then. Fellowship. I know they do good work here in town, but there is just something about them that makes me uncomfortable. Salty Dog. In truth, I go there more to be near Polly, the innkeeper, than for the wine. But she is always busy tending bar, and has no time for me, I am sure. Theft. Indeed, thou shouldst be wary, my lord. There is a theft in this town. Morphin, a merchant, has several vials of valuable... Yeah, we already saw that. Bye. Good day to thee, my lord. Anything in here? Just a bunch of flour? What are those? Jars. Alright. Do we have the key for them? No, we don't. Spent light source. Delicious pastry down there. Alright, next place. Have we gone in here? I'm thinking we have. Yeah, we have. Alright, let's go down to the bar again. Or the... what do you call these things? Inns? Talk to Polly. I think that's a quest. Polly smiles. What can I do for thee, my lord? Thurston. You relate to Polly what you heard Thurston say about her. She is taken completely by surprise. Thurston really said that about me? I have always liked him, but in truth I have always thought I was not good enough for him. Good day. Alright. I think that got us some experience. I wonder what that was. Oh! There's a snake attacking. Well, we killed that piece of crap. And now we can't reach the snake. Oh well. Yeah, when you're using Exalt to increase the movement speed, which I am right now, like if you see, if I go to gameplay options, and I think the default game, it must have been 2 frames per second. It's a bit painful to move around in all honesty, but it goes back to that speed in combat, regardless. I have it at 6. I think we talked to Thurston again. Greetings, my lord, says Thurston. Polly? You relate to Thurston what Polly had said about him. He looks at you with joyous surprise. Did Polly really say these things? It is ridiculous that she believes I am too good for her. Suddenly he forgets his work and starts hurrying around in excitement. For years I have loved this woman from afar. I will begin courting her immediately. Bye. Good day to thee, my lord. The Avatar, Savior Britannia, and Matchmaker. And I guess that's not the front door. Oh, it is, huh. You see a cheerful, handsome young man who gives you a friendly wave as you approach. Name. My name is Andrew. How art thou, my lord? Job. I am the owner and proprietor of the dairy here in Paws. Dairy. Yes, I sell milk and cheese. Thou mayest find the dairy between Camile's farm and the slaughterhouse. Milk. A gallon will cost thee 3 gold. Art thou interested in buying some? No. Perhaps next time. Camille. Camile's a good woman. She is still an advocate of the old virtues. She runs the farm by herself, well, with the help of her son Tobias. Tobias. A rather defensive young lad. I cannot say that I know him that much, I cannot say that I know that much about him. Slaughterhouse. The slaughterhouse is run by Morphin, a merchant. He is always busy, coming and going at all hours, sometimes carrying things. Morphin. He bought the slaughterhouse a few years ago, soon after he joined the Fellowship. I knew the previous owner. I was just a lad when I first saw the old slaughterhouse. The old man who owned it even showed me the storeroom in there once. The door to it is locked. I think Morphin has the key somewhere in his house. Paws. Of course everyone is up in arms about this business concerning the missing venom. Thief. Be wary, there's a thief in this town. Some silver serpent venom was stolen from Morphin. Alright, you don't... Actually, no, I missed one topic thing. Thief and then venom. It could be hidden anywhere. With all the trade that occurs in this town, it would be easy to hide. I do not know much else about the substance. Perhaps Morphin himself would know what kinds of effects it might produce. Bye. I hope I was of some assistance to thee, my lord. And, I'm trying to remember this quest, the Silver Serpent Venom quest. I know I'm supposed to talk to someone, then go back and talk to someone else. It's like one of those, it's one of those quests where you have to run around from person to person. Let's see, the Book of the Fellowship. You see a small man with twisted, sloping posture. He looks you up and down before deciding he will speak to you. I had gotten word that thou wert coming to our town. I have been expecting thee. I must admit, though, that I find it difficult to believe that thou art truly the Avatar. Name. My name is Feridwin. Job. I run the Fellowship shelter with my wife Britta and my son Garrett here in Paws. Fellowship. Wouldst thou like to join? Yes, that's the same response. Shelter. This is the only place in all of Britannia designed for the aid and care of the poor, and it is hard work. But then one strives to be worthy of that which we wish to receive. Britta. A wonderful woman, thou shouldst meet her. Garrett. Thankfully, we have been able to raise our son properly by emphasizing the teachings of the Fellowship. Garrett shall not be trapped in the poverty of his surroundings. He shall be intellectually, spiritually, and morally superior. He is talented, too. Talented. He plays the whistle, panpipes extremely well for a lad his age. Britta and I are very proud. He could probably attend the music hall in Britain when he's older. Pause. As this is a small town with very few privileges and little privacy, our family has come to know everyone in Paws quite well. Is there someone thou dost wish to hear about? I'm well acquainted with these people. Merchants. They would be Morphin, Andrew, Thurston, and Beverlea. Yeah, there's a lot of topics with this guy. Okay, Morphin. Morphin is a clever and industrious member of the Fellowship. He runs the local slaughterhouse and is also a snake venom merchant. Snake venom. Morphin, the local merchant, informs me that a quality of silver serpent venom was stolen from him. The thief is still large, so be wary. Of course, I do not know why anyone would want the vile substance. It is surely not good for one's health. Beverlea. She is a nearly blind elderly woman who runs the antique shop on the east side of the river. Thurston. Thurston owns the mill. He could do better if he ran his own business with more of an eye towards profit. Andrew. Andrew is such a happy young man. He doth not notice the myriad of personal problems that he is afflicted with. Farmers. That would be Camille and her son Tobias. Camille. She is a sad woman, a widow, who is living in the past. 'Tis a pity, really. Fortunately, her husband left her the farm, which doth happen to turn a profit. Does happen. For the first time, they don't use doth, they use does. Tobias. A local rascal. I normally would not allow Garrett to associate with such a troublemaker, but the Fellowship has taught me to be a tolerant person. Besides, associating with my son might do the lad some good. Who knows? Shelter. Our residents include Alina and her child and Merrick. Alina. Her husband is currently in Britain somewhere. I do not know the details. She is a small child. Merrick. A splendid example of the Fellowship turning someone's life around. Presently he resides in our shelter. Beggars. Oh, them. Comor and Fen. Ferdinand rolls his eyes. Comor. Comor is the most hateful man I have ever met. He is a bundle of bitterness, and in all the time I have known him, Comor has never spoken a word to me that was not at best a thinly veiled insult. Fen. Fen is a beggar who refuses aid from the Fellowship. A pathetic case. Not even his former friend Merrick can reach him anymore. I think that's all. Mayest thou walk with the Fellowship. You see a simple peasant woman. Her face is etched with sorrow. Name. I am Alina. Job. I have none, my lord, save for being the mother of my child. I am waiting for mine husband Weston to return from Britain. Weston. Mine husband is imprisoned in Britain for stealing fruit from the royal orchards. Stealing. Mine husband is no thief, my lord. He went there to buy fruit for the child and me so that we would have enough to eat. He has been wrongfully accused. I am certain of it. Eat. We are very poor. My baby and I are presently living in the Fellowship shelter because we have nowhere else to go. Fellowship. I was a member of the Fellowship that has accused mine husband. Now they wish for me to join them. Wait, I was a member of the Fellowship that has I'm not sure what that means. Accused. They say if I join them, they will attempt to free mine husband. Oh, okay. But it was they who unjustly accused him. I cannot trust them, but I fear I may have no choice. Join them. I cannot join the Fellowship without feeling that I am betraying mine husband. How could I become one of those who have falsely accused him? Yet if I do not, they will not allow my child and me to live here. She sobs and covers her face with her hands. It is so unfair. I must choose between starvation and betrayal. If only Weston were here. I do not know what to do. Shelter. We are very fortunate that we are able to live by the Fellowship's good graces, but I do not know how long we will be allowed to stay. Aloud. They tell me the shelter is only for members of the Fellowship. Unless I join soon, I shall be asked to leave, and I have nowhere else to go. Child. Casey's my daughter, just a wee babe. She is mine only joy. Bye. Pleasant day to thee, my lord. You see a nervous man who constantly blinks. He sees you and looks like he is in a snit. He is in a snit. I am not familiar with that word. Who art thou? Avatar. Very well, Avatar. What dost thou want? Thou art a most pathetic little worm. Really, all this Avatar nonsense is nothing more than a sad plea for attention. Oh, Avatar, it is thee. Yeah, these people are messed up. I am Merrick. Apology. I most humbly apologize to thee, Avatar, as I am most certain thou art aware. There have been many who have claimed to be the one and only true Avatar ever since thou hast last visited us. Thief. I have learned that some of Morphin's venom hath been stolen. I cannot imagine who would do it unless it was that brat that lives with the farmer widow. Brat. I believe his name is Tobias. Widow. I believe her name is Camille. So we need to go to Tobias to find out who took the snake venom. Our first lead. Tobias. Job. I used to be a farmer here in Paws. Now I suppose I work for the Fellowship. I live in their shelter. Farmer. I was a farmer. Of course, that was before the 7-year drought. Comor, Fen, and myself were reduced to paupers. Paupers. For years, Comor, Fen, and I lived off the rubbish of others, sleeping by the side of the road. Then I found the Fellowship, and my life was changed for the better. I have tried to share my newfound fortune with my friends, but I fear they hate me for being more resourceful than they. Comor. He once owned one of the largest farms in all of Britannia. He was born to wealthy parents. After he lost his farm, he took to sleeping along the road. One night, a gang of bullies wanted to steal his gold. He had none, so they beat him until he was lame. He is a very bitter man. Tragic. Fen. Fen was a farm laborer and one of Comor's most trusted friends. With the farm gone, Fen just did not have any place to go or any way to live. Fellowship. The Fellowship is a society of spiritual seekers who strive to reach the highest levels of human potential and to share this philosophy freely with... Oh, this is the same rant. Paws. I have lived here in Paws all my life. I will not leave it now. I shall never leave. Bye. Good day, Avatar. Okay, we need to go talk to Tobias. But first, who are you? Oh, this is Britta, probably. A stern-looking woman stares back at you without humor. Name. I am Britta. Job. I help mine husband, Ferdwin, run the Fellowship's shelter in Paws. Ferdwin. Mine husband is the most honorable man I have ever met in my life. Do not put stock in the proud boasts of wives, good Avatar. I am a simple man who only does what he can. Shelter. Running the shelter is hard work for mine husband and me, but it is worth the effort to ease the suffering of those less fortunate than we. Fellowship. Thou shouldst speak to mine husband of the Fellowship. I am certain thou wilt be most impressed by what he shall have to tell thee. Paws. We hear about everything that goes on in Paws. If I do not know about it, then mine husband does. Is there anyone in particular thou dost wish to know about? No, I don't think there is. We already had this rant. Thief. One of our members, a local merchant named Morphin, had a shipment of silver serpent venom stolen from him. Not that I care about the venom itself, but it is not shocking? But is it not shocking? Serpent venom. I've never seen any myself. I have no idea what it does to someone, but it cannot possibly be good. Bye. Mayst thou walk with the Fellowship, Avatar. Okay, Tobias. We need to go find Tobias. Figure out what this serpent... Wait a moment. Oh, there's Spark. He ran off. Need to figure out what this whole serpent venom theft is all about. Where is Tobias? Okay. Probably a guy in here. Actually, there's no guy in here. He was a farmer, they said, or he was one of the farmer's sons. Okay, we're being attacked. Another snake. And it is dead. We get absolutely nothing. Let's display our slain enemy in the road. Okay, we are looking for Tobias. Tobias. Probably this guy. Never mind, you're Andrew. Call my attention span short if it's really obvious where Tobias is or if I've talked to him before, but for some reason it's slipping my mind where exactly he is. I might look at the map here in a moment. I probably can't make anything out with the... let me see... This may be a farm up here. So let me head up there and see if that's where he is. Oh, who are you? You see a jovial young man who gives you a friendly greeting. Name. I am Garrett, the son of Ferdwin and Britta. Ferdwin. My father works for the Fellowship helping the poor people in Paws. He tries to recruit them, but most refuse. Britta. Oh, she is just my mother. She does whatever my father doth tell her to do. Poor people. My father says that poor people reject the Fellowship because the triad of inner strength requires strength of character. Recruit. My father was once the head recruiter in Britain until they moved him here. I once heard him talking to Mother about how the Fellowship was wasting its time here. Character. My father says the poor are weak of character and that is why they are poor. They do not have to be. They are just too lazy to work. Doth thou agree? No. Then thou must be a person of weak character also. Pause. Actually, I do not like this town very much. The people here are all poor, and the only one mine own age is Tobias. And, he adds, there is a thief here. Tobias. He and his mother reject the Fellowship. They are witless and stupid, and I do not like them. Thief. There is a thief in this town. Our merchant Morphin had some valuable silver serpent venom stolen from him. The culprit is still free, so be wary. Bye. Goodbye, then. Alright. Little brat. Okay, we are looking for Tobias. There we go. You see a farm woman. She rubs her hands, which are covered with dirt and lines drawn by toil. My dreams have become reality. Thou art the Avatar, art thou not? Art thou not? I recognize thee immediately. Name. My name is Kamail, Avatar. It is an honor to meet thee. Job. I run a small farm here in Paws with my son Tobias. I am a widow. Job. Yeah, I already clicked that. Tobias. He is basically a good boy. He works hard and misses his father. Farm. I grow a few crops, especially carrots and wheat. Carrots. I believe my carrots are especially tasty. Wouldst thou like to purchase some? They would only cost thee 1 gold for 3. No. If that is thy wish, Avatar, but they are quite good. Wheat. That reminds me, this package needs to be taken to the mill today. If thou canst deliver it for me, Thurston will pay thee for it. Wilt thou? Yes. Be sure to take this to Thurston, the mill owner. He shall pay thee for thy trouble. Paws. Life is hard here in Paws. It is a town of poor people with all the ills and that poverty brings. At least the Fellowship brings us some relief. Fellowship. I'm not sure whether I trust the Fellowship. It has undoubtedly brought some good things in this world, so it cannot be all bad, or at least the people in it cannot be all bad. Ills. Recently our town has been plagued by a thief. Thief. Some silver serpent venom was stolen from the merchant Morphin who operates the slaughterhouse. Bye. Pleasant journey, Avatar. You see a sulking lad who doesn't seem to want to look at you in the eye. Just what I need. Another Avatar, he mumbles under his breath. Name. I am Tobias. I suppose I am to believe thou art someone important. Job. I am too young to have a job. I just help my mother on the farm. Mother. Her name is Kamail. She speaks of thee. Or rather, she speaks of the Avatar, is what I meant to say. Some people in town think she is mad because she still believes in the 8 virtues. Thou hast already met her. 8 virtues. My mother once took me to the shrine of sacrifice when I was younger. That was soon after my father died, so I do not remember it very well. I do not think it is there anymore, for she never talks about going back. I think that perhaps she does not want to mention it because there are so many in town who belong to the Fellowship, and believes it makes her sad. And because it makes her sad. Fellowship. For the first time he looks you in the eye. I hate the Fellowship. The only other person in town mine own age is that cretin Garrett, and it is all, or that cretin Garrett, and it is all he ever talks about. He is always trying to convince my mother to join. He clenches his fist angrily. Please do not mention them again. Mother join? Those bloody Fellowship people know that everyone is never more than a meal away from being penniless. They say that they want us to join immediately because the shelter is intended to help only the Fellowship members. If we ever need to live there, they may have to turn us away in favor of other Fellowship members. Garrett. He is the only other boy in town anywhere near mine age. His parents do not want him playing with me because they think that associating with those kind of people will hamper his education or some such rubbish. I cannot stand the little bastard. That's funny. And I hate the way he plays with, those stinking whistle panpipes. Avatar. Art thou truly the Avatar? Yes. Thou art no Avatar, Tobias frowns. Farm. My mother grows grain. Dost thou not know a farm when thou dost see it? Tobias looks at you as if he thinks you are a bit dim. Shelter. It's a place just south of here. It's run by the Fellowship. For the first time he looks... Oh. Alright, we already did that. Grain... Okay, yeah, she sells grain to Thurston the miller from time to time, so that we may go to the pub or buy milk at the dairy every once in a while. But we usually just grow crops to keep ourselves fed. Dairy. The dairy is south of the shelter. Andrew, the man who runs the dairy, his father was friends with my father. Thurston. He is one of the few people in town that I like. He is nice to us. Thief. There is a thief running free in Paws. He stole silver serpent venom from Morphin, the owner of the slaughterhouse. No one knows who he is. Well, weren't we supposed to... I thought you were the one that we were sent to. Alright, I thought for sure that that was where we were supposed to go. Either way, let's head to, what's his name? The miller. Let me save real fast. Greetings, my lord, says Thurston. Delivery. You give the sack over to Thurston. He opens it and reaches inside. His hand comes back out filled with wheat. He sifts through it with his fingers. I know Camille is oft quite busy running her farm. Thanks to thee for making the delivery. This should compensate thee for thy trouble. He hands you 10 gold pieces. Thief. I wonder where we're supposed to go for the thief. Oh, wait, I would have words with thee. Who are you? Avatar, oh Avatar, I have news. Garrett, my son, told me that Tobias was in possession of some silver snake venom. I went to investigate and found Tobias with it. I've often said that Tobias was no good. Now there is proof. He is the thief that has been preying upon us, been preying upon one of our honest merchants. And to think I let him come into contact with my son. I hope he shall be dealt with in a manner appropriate to one who is leading youth astray from the way of the Fellowship. I suggest that thou go and speak with his mother at once. Camille should keep a tighter rein on her offspring. Yeah. Let's see what this whole thing is about. We know that Tobias didn't do it. Oh, I truly believe it was planted there. Please, I beg thee, please clear my son's name. He has done no wrong. I know my son Tobias has suffered for not having a father. I have tried my best on mine own to raise him well. But this farm requires so much work that I fear I do not have enough time to devote to him. But I know in mine heart that my son is not a thief. Might I suggest that thou speak with Morphin again? He may have recognized signs of usage on this foul substance in other members of the village. Alright, we head to Morphin. Where was Morphin? He was down this way. Greetings, my lord, says Morphin. Tobias stole venom. I'm not so sure Tobias was the one who stole the venom. I have not seen any of the signs of venom use in Tobias, and I am quite familiar with its symptoms. But now that I think about it, I have noticed that Garrett has appeared very tired lately. He seems hyperactive one moment and unhealthy the next. Garrett. Perhaps thou shouldst make a search of Garrett's belongings, which reminds me, I saw him earlier playing near the slaughterhouse. He dropped this key, perhaps it opens something significant. Here it is. Bye. Good day to thee. Alright, we got a key. A nice green key. Or wait, was it this key? Alright, I saw him playing near the slaughterhouse. Well, this is the slaughterhouse. Okay, we can't open that yet. Oh, okay, remember, I think we're supposed to go up here. And if not, then we'll go by Garrett's house, or the Fellowship Hall, and see if anything's in there. Nothing in there. What is that? Plant? No. Do you have anything new to say? Oh, never mind. Where is Garrett? There he is. A pleasant day to thee, my lord, says Garrett. Tobias. I have said it 1,000 times, Tobias is weak of character. He and his mother are poor because they are lazy. Now I am proven right because Tobias is a thief, and a thief who has been caught. Goodbye then. Alright. Wonder where this key goes. Nothing hidden under the pants. Oh, probably in here. Nice sparkly dress. There, right next to the whistles. So what do we have in here? We have pants, we have a mirror, and we have a suspicious looking bag. Now what do you think is going to be in this bag? Venom. Yep. Silver snake venom. You know what, just for that, I'm going to wait for her to look away. Come on, look away. There we go. I'm going to steal this pipe. Or this flute, or whatever they call it. A whistle. I'm going to play the whistle. And Garrett will hear me playing the whistle, and he'll know I found him out. You know it, don't you? Now, where do we go with this? Oh, great. Spark is hungry, of course. Now we go to... probably... the father, maybe? Or maybe Garrett. We're near Garrett, so let me talk to him. Found venom. Thou hast found me out. Yes, it was I who planted the venom on Tobias. He did deserve it. I beg thee, please do not tell my parents. Parents. Wilt thou tell my parents? Yes. Thou art weak of character, or otherwise thou wouldst understand what I tried to do. Planted. I stole the venom from Morphin so I could put the blame on Tobias. Morphin. I do not know why Morphin has it, or what he does with it. I only knew that it was valuable, and that it would cause everyone worry if it were stolen. Garrett does not meet your eyes. You instinctively know that he is not telling the truth, and may very well be using the venom. Using venom? Garrett shuffles his feet and frowns. Well, I tried it just once. I'm sorry. I will never use it again. Worry. I thought that if Tobias were accused of stealing something that everyone would notice, his mother would join the fellowship and force him to join too. It would improve their lives and force them to see the truth about themselves. Tobias. I may have not told the truth about Tobias stealing the venom, but I know that he is up to no good. He shall come to a bad end. Just thou wilt and see, or wait and see. Yeah. Where is your father? Because I'm fixing to double-click, or hit C and double-click on you myself. Ah, thou dost wish to speak with me again, Avatar? Case solved. Thankfully, we can now put this business of snake venom thefts behind us. Thanks to thy thorough efforts, I shall deal with my son. Let us speak of this no more. Take action. I promise thee, I shall apply the necessary discipline to my son to ensure that this bad habit he has picked up from the local riffraff will not trouble this community again. Garrett caught. Thou dost say my son has admitted to stealing the venom? I do not know what to say. My thanks, Avatar, for uncovering the truth. Found venom. Thou art a resourceful person. Unfortunately, thy discovery has upset me a great deal. Tobias. No matter that Tobias did not personally steal the venom himself, he caused the theft by means of corrupting influence on my son. While his actions are just short of criminal, I shall still blame on Tobias. Yes, we get it. We've got a cult on our hands. Alright, let's go talk to Morphin. Sell him the venom back. I think we can do that. Greetings, my lord, says Morphin. Return venom. I thank thee for ferreting out the thief and returning my snake venom. So Garrett was the culprit, eh? I am not surprised now that I think about it. I must keep closer tabs on my venom from now on. Bye. Good day to thee. Well, there you have it. Case closed, Paws complete. Only thing we have left is to find that lady's husband somewhere in Britain where he's locked up for stealing fruit from the orchard. But that is for another episode. We have cleared Paws, and it has been, I think, an hour, which is about the size of these episodes that I'm making. If anyone really doesn't like the size that these episodes are, these hour episodes, let me know and I'll cut them down to, I don't know, the normal 20-30 minute length. But I like having big chunks where I can just put up, you know, this video is all of Jellum, or this video is all of Minnock, or this video is all of, I don't know, Dungeon Destard or something. But yeah, this is going great so far. Got a magic sword, and we're all decked out. And next time we will be heading to Britain and talking to Richard Garriott, or Garriott. I still haven't looked up the pronunciation to that. Oh, there's a slew of things to do in Britain. We may even get the flying carpet. But we'll definitely talk to British, and we'll definitely pick up a few of our old friends. So tune in next time. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I certainly did. And yeah, see y'all then.